Invincible Season 3, while having its problems in motivations, animation quality, and really dumb decisions made by said characters, is really good. Hell, I'd say it's great even. Really shows just how good writing alone can make people unaware of its other issues. The boys. This is what we call a good show past Season 1. I can sing its praises all I want, however that doesn't excuse the fact Mark sometimes was a moronic arsehole, while Angstrom and Powerplex are just retards. I also can't get past how some of the scenes look like a 6-year-old fucking drew them. But hey, I'll get to them later. I got whole other issues to deal with. Now I'm not an expert with art or animation, but I can definitely say some of these scenes look absolute shit. Like you'll have these guys running down the stairs, the characters are moving, but the background is just still, it's frozen in place. This is the same studio that detailed every little bit of Omni-Man getting hit by that orbital laser. Shit like this in Season 3 is possible, but instead in their opening 10 minutes they just drag a PNG on the screen for a good 2 seconds before animating it again. You can't tell me the studio funded by Amazon can't get more than a couple of million per episode. This is one of your best shows, guys. I'll get into episode 8 later because it's one of the few episodes that are animated not terribly. We also have the fact that they brought in a few extra A-list celebrities to voice pivotal characters, because the biggest thing we definitely needed right now was not putting the spare money we got into making the show look good. You could be like, oh, it's only a few more people, surely it can't be that bad. Well, currently we have Jesse from Breaking Bad, Hank from Breaking Bad, Shang-Chi from Shang-Chi, and that one guy who blasted Glenn's skull in The Walking Dead. Also the same guy that was with Butcher in The Boys. All of this tends to add up. Like, these guys are well-known actors. You'd expect them to be paid pretty well for the shit they do. I mean, are their performances good? Fuck yeah they are, but what I'm saying is, did you really have to make the background of this shot stationary just to get Aaron Paul to yell at Invincible for 40 minutes? I mean, Multi-Paul gets fuck all screen time and they still allow him to have scenes solely around him. You could have gotten any Asian actor and you chose the guy who got paid $6 million for Shang-Chi, so theoretically he's getting paid at least $100,000 for 20 minutes tops. We could have saved half of that and make some fine tuning for scenes and character designs that fucking need it. They had this 3-minute silent intro of these gay criminals trying to make money. It's not important to the plot, it doesn't really add anything to the characters, so that's a good 3.5 minutes gone down the drain. You know, speaking of characters,
she want a sweet tonight, that booty look good tonight, I'm right with that seed tonight.
Season 3 has really got me asking as to why some of these characters are even still here and not a distant memory. For example, why the fuck is he still here? He does jack shit in the entire show, besides make a few speeches about the Guardians being a family. But even in Season 3, he contributes nothing to the team. Like, for people who watch the show, tell me something meaningful he does, besides get his ass beaten up by the Mauler twins and Goggleless Invincible. Not even that, tell me a single word he said that wasn't, I also think Invincible is bad. You can say the same thing about Bulletproof. At least he does shit in the show. He's pretty much a black Invincible, and compared to anyone else, that's way more useful than anything the Guardians have ever done this season. Can we also cover the sheer stupidity of bringing back characters that are dead or on the verge of dying? Colin made a video about Invincible and its mortality, and posting that with a serious face makes him the biggest retard of the century. You have 3 characters that die multiple times and don't stay dead, and the only guy to die is the one that people actually give a shit about. What a fucking sped. Like, Adam Eve literally dies in the last episode and then she comes back to some bullshit and then just Kamehameha's conquest. Like, what the fuck? I know you need her around for more scenes, but you know, you need to make some choices. If I had creative control of what happened in the show leading to Season 3, I would only make one change to improve this season. Get rid of Kate. Kate is the biggest blunder this show has, because she is the biggest example of a bailout when the writers need her most, and the thing is, she's completely fucking useless. There was no logical reason to keep her alive past Season 2 apart from, she's alive in the comics. Well, you know who isn't alive in the comics? Ray. And they did so much better with writing her because she's got more to work with. That's why a lot of people were okay with her surviving against the Lizard League. Kate feels more like a stepping stone to a character arc with the Immortal. We would have gotten something cool with him instead of him just being a welcome mat to anyone else competent. They brought it back because fuck you, we need more ways for someone to die. You know, if you're not going to add any stakes in your TV show, I might as well just watch the Power Rangers. She does nothing of note, she says nothing of note, and at the end of it all, she and the 1,000-year-old retard want to retire from saving lives and have a family of their own way up in the snowy mountains where they can fuck off and do nothing forever. And they say this while Rex's brains are getting scraped off the walls. That's the funniest joke you could have ever written into your show. Telling people they should care about these two fuck-ups. Alright, let's go through the nobodies real quick. William is fine, we barely see him, and to be honest, he brings nothing to the story, so it was probably the best choice to leave him out. Emma's on the same boat. She's there, but she doesn't need to be, so if you're going to put her in the show, it's probably the best way to do it. Season 3 does this really well. They allocate screen time to people who actually need it, compared to the people no one really pays attention to. You know, besides the obvious. Titan's pretty good. We get to see him in a position of power, how he handles it, and how it affects his character and relationship. He's pretty fucking cool, brother. Oliver's the only child character that doesn't want to make me kill myself. Eve's alright, Conquest is good. Alan and Omni-Man have great chemistry in the short time they have. Cecil has more backstory, and my King Rexplode is the GOAT. Because he's not a fucking dickhead. Now, it might sound like a broken record because everyone has been saying it for the past month, but Jesus Christ, you really have to question a lot of these characters' decisions in the show. First, you got Powerplex, and I can't think of another guy who can shift the blame onto its main hero on a dime, because he's a massive dumbass. Hell, his wife is a massive dumbass as well. Now, to properly analyze the special needs on display, why does Powerplex hate Invincible? Well, he thinks that Mark was the sole reason Chicago got obliterated, leading to his friend's death. Now, that's all well and good, if you assume he's ever watched anything on the matter. But here it is, plain in view, Invincible being used as a train-destroying battering ram. I don't know how you can miss this. Like, what, you fucking need glasses, mate? The screen is 2 feet in front of you. What, you're looking for secret clues like it's the fucking Illuminati? Grow up, you fucking faggot. So you may be wondering, what does all this hatred for Invincible get him? Electric powers and his family burnt to ashes because he killed them. Even though he still blames Invincible. You know, Powerplex can go to the doctor, get stage 4, and still blame Mark. Like fucking Powerplex could be held at gunpoint, shot at, sent straight to the hospital, get it bombed by 9/11 2.0, and still find a way to blame Mark for all this shit. But if you thought he was bad, holy shit, you haven't seen Angstrom yet. First off, you should be dead. Second off, what's the point of hating all the Invincible variants across the various dimensions, just to go for the only good one you stumbled across? Like, you gained all these powers in the explosion, you might as well use it on the one that is about to kill each and every one of you in the bunker in season 2. But you think, okay, he's obviously gone insane. Surely if they bring him back, he won't do anything more retarded. They made him more retarded. You know, normally when you want to kill a variant of a guy who snapped your son's neck in a split second, you kinda don't recruit him in destroying the same Invincible as various planets. You manage to find the only good Invincible, you wish to kill him for all the other variants' misdeeds, and then decide, you know what, fuck it, who cares, they cool. The fact he recruited them in the first place is fucking stupid. But then you think, well, he's already committed to the game plan, so why not bring 50 Invincibles? Fuck it, why not bring 100? You want this Invincible in this world dead so bad, then don't be such a pussy, throw fucking 100 Invincibles at them. And if they get out of line, boom, send them to the barren wasteland you sent the others. Simple. Easy, no issue at all. And this is what I conclude this video on. For how peak a show is, there will always be spastics waiting to ruin it. And I don't mean people who are like complaining about Invincible on Twitter. I'm complaining about how the characters are written and how much of a fucking dumbass they are, inside or out of the show.